Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're all healthy and well. So, I finally hit the 100,000 subscriber milestone. In fact, it's actually now hit 107. But yeah, in this video I'm going to be looking back at sort of the history of the channel, but also looking forward to like what future trips I got planned, what other videos are going to come out whilst I'm waiting to be able to travel again. Plus I'm launching a Patreon so you can help support this channel and get access to exclusive content. And I'm launching a masterclass on how to create your own epic travel videos. And I'll put the links to all of these things in the description and the pinned comments. And if you stick around to the end, you'll get to see me opening my YouTube award. But to begin with, I don't want this video to be like a cheesy awards acceptance speech, but I do have to say thank you. And it's a big thank you to you guys, because it sounds like an obvious thing to say, but I wouldn't have 100,000 subscribers without you guys. So thank you so much for all your support over the years. And if you're new to the channel and you're looking for some other content to watch, I'll direct you to the Ultimate Binge playlist. I'll put the link in the description. This has got all of my films and documentaries in chronological order. So if you are going to check it out, I'd recommend starting with HK2NY and moving forward from there. It's kind of like when you introduce someone to like an older band, you might be like, right, start with this album and go forward. Then if you're really keen, you can check out their earlier stuff, like their demos and things. So yeah, that playlist is in the description. But now, I thought it'd be nice to spend a couple of minutes sort of looking back and sort of seeing how this all got started and how we got to where we are today. So even though my YouTube channel's been going a few years, I actually started making travel videos way back in 2007. This is when I was doing my postgrad course on video editing in Bournemouth. And I think anyone who starts out in video probably has dreams of making movies or something like that. But if you want to make even a short film, like a student film, you still need a script, actors, some money, producers. Like there's so many people you have to get involved and organised. So I just kind of thought, well, why don't I just go do something fun and film that? Like I like watching travel documentaries on TV, so why don't I just try and make one of those of my trips?
Everyone's like, why you come to Switzerland if you're not going skiing?
And then after I'd done my postgrad course, I started working as an editor in London. And when you first start out, you're just editing like the dullest corporate videos you've ever seen in your life. And so by making films of my travels, it's just a side hobby and just something fun that I could work on, that I could throw all my creativity into.
So, you remember how when we were in the visitor centre, we found out about the state insect, the state beverage and everything else, the one thing that we thought we had to find out a lot more about was their state dance, the shag. So we've been wandering around trying to find someone who will explain to us all about shagging. We actually want to learn how to shag.
Oh, you want to learn how to shag?
Yeah.
Well, if you go where they shag, you'll learn how to shag.
Yeah? It's that easy?
It's 3 steps. It's that hard.
And then in 2012, I did 3 trips with my Aussie and Kiwi friends who were living in London. And the films I made of those, they wanted to share with their friends and family back home. So I was like, well, I'll upload them onto YouTube, and so that you can share it that way. And I didn't know what a YouTube channel was. I didn't know what a YouTuber was. I'd never heard the word vlogging or anything like that. It was just a platform that I could upload a video on, and that was it.
The waitress over here is Karl's girlfriend.
We talked for 30 seconds about what was on the menu. I think we connected.
Would you like a coffee?
No, I think we're all right.
Yeah, just a bill now. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Finish up that one.
Yeah, there's a connection there.
And then in 2013, I did the big HK2NY around the world trip, and I'm going to be doing a retrospective video on this, so I don't want to cover too much of the same ground, but the idea was, let's do the biggest trip ever, and I'm going to film it all and cut it as if it's a TV series. Don't expect anyone to watch it, but it'll be the trip of a lifetime, and it'll be an amazing souvenir to have and a really fun creative project to work on. So that was kind of the aim with that.
Have you done this before? I do a video of every single trip. This one's going to take longer to edit. It's going to be 9 months of footage.
When it came time to actually releasing that series onto YouTube, I had a lot of friends and family sort of saying, why are you putting these long videos on YouTube? YouTube's only 2 or 3 minute videos. You're going to upload like 11 45-minute episodes. No one's going to watch that. And I was like, I don't care. I just wanted to make the kind of travel documentaries that I liked seeing on TV, like The Long Way Round and Long Way Down with Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman, because with those films, you felt like you're on the trip with them. It was like pure escapism, and you've experienced all the highs and the lows, and you go on the emotional journey as well as just the physical journey. And so if I just do a 2-3 minute video, no one's going to feel anything other than like, oh, that looked fun. But if you do an actual proper film, people experience the full story and feel like they've been there with you.
Well, we had the worst night's sleep ever on a bus that was 10 hours, shaking, rattling away, didn't get any sleep. Then the bus broke down, and now we're stuck in a traffic jam.
Those were the kind of films I wanted to make, you know. If other people watched it, great. If they didn't, fine, whatever. It's still an amazing souvenir for me and an awesome project to work on. So the first episode went online towards the end of September 2014, and then it was one a week all the way through to December 2014.
I'm about to jump 134 meters.
For some reason.
For some reason.
There's 2 times
Because Karl's making it, basically.
Gradually over the space of a few months and a year, the views just started going up and up and up, and it just started snowballing.
I'm about to hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm sure by the time this gets aired, we'll be at 1,002. Let's make a prediction. 1,002.
And I remember I had like a Facebook page for the HK2NY series, but then when I was going to release my next trip, the Quest for Everest, I was like, well, I don't want to create a Facebook page for every single trip that I do. Why don't I create a page just for all of the films? So I was just like, well, I'll just call it Karl Watson Travel Documentaries, because that's what it is. And then I was like, all right, my YouTube channel, I'll call it that, and so it lines up. And just, you know, rather than come up with some fancy or inspirational wanderlust kind of brand name, I was just like, yeah, just call it what it is.
And Chris, you know, everyone loves Chris. He's funny, he's sociable, he's great on camera, and in Tibet, he nearly died of severe altitude sickness and he was in hospital for 3 nights. And then I put the video on YouTube, and when people saw Chris suffering in hospital, all I had to say was, where's James?
So I got the channel properly set up, and then at the start of 2015 I moved from full-time work to freelancing as a video editor in London, and that just gave me more freedom and more money also to be able to travel, and that's what I've been doing ever since then. Just work in London, go travelling, work, travel, and that's how the channel's grown.
I said to James, that's going to be epic diving into the sunshine.
And you know, we've always tried to be honest about our experiences in the videos, because we're on an adventure, and an adventure by definition is made of good and bad experiences. That's what makes it an adventure. So if you only show the good, you're not doing the adventure justice. Plus it's a far more interesting story if you show the good and the bad and everything in between.
The atmosphere is a crazy mix of people who are here to watch the ceremony, they're really sort of quiet in the moment, and other people just trying to sell stuff, begging. Someone just offered to give me a shave. You need a massage,
And most people have responded really well to it. They love the honesty, but it is funny seeing some people in the comments struggle to get their head around the nuance of it, because the online world doesn't deal with nuance. It's either love or hate. You can't have anything in between. So when you start dealing with these grey areas, you just see people just get confused. Go, I don't get it. What, do you love it or hate it?
Place an X on the lifeline in the appropriate place.
There are other things that need to be taken into account here, like the whole spectrum of human emotion. You can't just lump everything into these 2 categories and then just deny everything else.
And some of the videos turn out better than the others. I think whenever you create something, you're always your own biggest critic. And even with the latest Vietnam series, when I was editing that, I was like, oh, there's a bunch of things I could do better on the next series.
And this one is towards you arrive, and you're like, oh, I've made a mistake.
One of the questions I get asked a lot in the comments, and this might sound like a ridiculously arrogant thing to say on a video that's celebrating getting 100,000 subscribers, but I often get asked, why don't you have more subscribers? And it's basically because my videos don't fit the YouTube format. If I switched from long form documentaries that are uploaded sporadically, and if I just suddenly started uploading weekly vlogs or daily vlogs, you know, the view count would probably go down quite a lot. But the subscriber count would just go through the roof, because that's what YouTube wants. They want more videos to put more adverts on so they can make more money. So those are the kind of channels they support. I'm not saying it would definitely happen, like, oh, if I just did that, it'd be even bigger. But that's just kind of the way the algorithms work. But it's never been about trying to get as many subscribers as possible or as many views as possible. It's just been about going on some cool adventures and making some films of them that I'm proud of, you know?
Every step you take, you just slip down a bit.
Because I want the films to be escapism, you know, I want people to feel different from when they hit play at the start to how they do at the end. You know, you can't get that kind of emotional journey through a 5-minute video, you know? It's like, just as the film started and you're sinking into it, suddenly it's over and like, escapism's done. So that's just why I've favoured that format all along.
Tried to make it look dramatic,
and then it got really fucking dramatic.
I should just quickly stress that there's nothing wrong with vlogs. Like, there's many channels that I love that do vlogs, and they're far more successful than me. It's just they're not the kind of videos that I want to make. I like the documentaries I've seen on TV of other people's adventures. I just want to apply that format to my backpacking adventures, and since I don't have a TV deal, I'll put them online for people to see. That's it. Now, people often assume that I'm a full-time YouTuber. Like, I'm not at all. Like, nearly all the money I make is from freelancing as an editor for other clients in London. The amount that I get from YouTube ad revenue in 1 month, I make the same with half a day of freelance video editing. So it's like, they just don't even compete.
Remember, like, share and subscribe, have the YouTube channel on the card.
Now, there are ways I could make more money from the YouTube channel. Like, I could start doing vlogs, because if I'm uploading more, there'll be more ad revenue. But again, don't want to do that. I could put more adverts in my video. Like, I've got 45-minute films. I could put an advert up every 5 minutes to get more ad revenue. But I don't want to do that. Again, that would ruin the escapism of the films by having an advert just popping up and just ruining the vibe of the trip. And then I could do sponsorships, but it's finding the right brand to work with and something I believe in and I'm comfortable promoting to you guys.
When I come to Hanoi, I don't just drink beer Hanoi, I drink beer Hanoi bold.
But whilst we are on the subject of money, one of the things that I'm launching right now is a Patreon. And it's something I probably should have done about 2, 3, 4 years ago. It's been on my to-do list for ages, but you know, hitting the 100k milestone seemed like a good as opportunity as ever to do it. And I was kind of battling, weighing up whether to do a Patreon or YouTube membership, but I wanted to sort of just keep it separate because I didn't want it to be any confusion. Like, for all you guys subscribe to the channel and all you guys watch the videos, you know, nothing's going to change. You're still going to get all the documentaries, and when a series comes out, it'll be the trailer, 1 episode per week, and you're still going to get everything you get now. It's not like I'm suddenly just putting up a paywall, like, oh, you've been enjoying the films, now you got to pay for it, you f***ers. No, it's not that. I want it to be something separate, its own entity. So the Patreon, it's now launched, it's now live. I'll have the link in the description, and I've just got it set up as 1 tier just to keep it simple. So it's £5 a month. And from that, you know, you'll be supporting the channel, but you'll be getting access to exclusive content like outtakes and deleted scenes. There'll be early access to content, like if I have a series coming out like Vietnam, rather than getting it once a week, you just get the whole series in one go. There'll be behind the scenes stuff, talking about the making of the videos and more just sort of, you know, general stuff you don't see in the regular films. And there'll be more sort of live Q&As, Zoom hangouts, we can do watch-alongs and lots of different things like that. And I might add more stuff in the future, like if you guys are part of other Patrons and there's other things you like from those communities, then please let me know, because it is a work in progress. But yeah, if you want to support the channel, want to get access to that extra stuff, the link's in the description, and yeah, hopefully see some of you guys over there.
You ready for base camp, Chris?
I'm ready for base camp, Cup.
Me too. You ready for base camp, Chris?
Go away.
You ready for base camp, Chris?
Yeah!
Now, what's coming up next on this channel? What are we going to do about this f***ing lockdown? When's the next trips? When's the next film's going to be? There will be a new film out in the next 2 to 3 months, and this is an island road trip from 2014, which I never got round to editing. And you know, I'll have to put a massive disclaimer at the start of this film saying this is an older one, and so it's a pretty rough and raw around the edges. You know, I could certainly make one hell of a better film now if I went around Ireland and did a trip there. But you know, I've had a look at the footage and there's still a lot of fun stuff in there, so I'm gonna put that one together. One of the other projects I want to do is like this HK2NY retrospective film where I sort of look back on that trip and sort of tell some of the untold stories and things like that. It'd be awesome to get James involved with that, but we'll have to see. Like, James doesn't mind, he's happy to be filmed on a trip, but getting him to sort of sit down in front of the camera like this, he hates. So yeah, I might just have to get him drunk and see what happens. So no promises on James's involvement in that, but that'll be a really cool film to put together. And then some of the other little videos that we get on here as well are like more of the budget breakdown videos, because I'm busy working on the website and I'm going to be uploading all the full budget breakdowns and itineraries from all my trips on there with affiliate links, so you guys can then, you know, book those hostels and those activities, and you know, it doesn't cost you anything extra doing it through my website, but I get a little bit of cash from that, so it helps me out. So yeah, I'll do a proper video about that once it's properly launched. But future trips, once the world opens up again and we can start traveling again, I think my future trips are going to sort of be split into two kind of categories. It's going to be the tours, like the Morocco trip, where it's like a group of us go to a place, a destination together, and we're going to do these specific things and have an amazing experience together, and that'll be that. And then the other trips will be more like the Eastern European road trip that's supposed to be this summer, been postponed to August 2021. And that's with Nick and Amy from What the Faux Travel podcast. And for those kind of trips, we've got a rough route planned out, but it's more just like, let's just go there and see what happens. We're going to be couch surfing and just, see what the locals recommend. So it'd be like specific itineraries with tours and then just more random adventures with friends. And for our future tours, I mean, we've got so many ideas of different trips we can do around the world. And ideally, we'd be doing like 3 or 4 of them a year, and they'd each be at different budget levels, like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, for example. So it's like, so they can be accessible to everyone, not just like my richest followers or whatever. But we've got all these different ideas, and we're hoping to do Antarctica in January 2023. That should be incredible. And I mean, for that one, we'd put it on sale like 18 months to 2 years in advance, so everyone can have time to save up, because it's it's an expensive trip. But then for the random trips, like I said, next summer I've got the Eastern European road trip, but I've got ideas for like 3 or 4 other different European road trips I like to do as well. And a Matt from New Zealand, he's always saying to me he's keen to do another road trip together sometime. Then of course James and I keep talking about different trips we could possibly do together, like one of the ones is going back to Brazil and flying to Rio and going north and just seeing, because there's so much more of the country to see than that tiny bit that we did on HK2NY. There's just so many ideas, and sometimes the sort of tours and random trips can come together in like the Eastern European road trip. At the end of that, we're planning on doing like a 1-week island hopping boat tour in Greece, or if I was to backpack Colombia and Ecuador, I'd then stick on a tour of Galapagos Islands. So by sort of tagging the 2 of them together, it means you get even more content from one trip and like 2 different series from one trip. Basically for next year, 2021, we do want to go somewhere in January. We'd love to do a tour in January. But there's quite a few factors we need to take into consideration. Obviously we need to go somewhere that's safe and has got coronavirus under control. And it's January, it's going to be winter in a lot of the northern hemisphere, so we want somewhere either closer to the equator or in the southern hemisphere. And then like South America right now, the virus isn't going very well there at all, especially in Brazil, so that's kind of a write-off. And we need somewhere that's not ready in January when we get there. We need somewhere that's going to be ready in September and October when we put the tour on sale. Whilst we are dying to do like Patagonia and Pakistan and the Silk Road and the Trans-Siberian Express, we just got to work with what we can use right now. And so one of the ideas I had was actually going to Thailand. Now with Thailand, you might be thinking, wow, what uncharted territory, you truly are an explorer. But hear me out. I actually had this idea of doing like a Thailand revisited backpacking trip a couple of years ago. I just didn't work out in terms of timing. And the idea would be, what would I do on a second trip there? Where would I go? So that's why I'm calling the trip Thailand Revisited, is sort of to see and experience different sides of the country than we did on our first trip there. We did the beaches and parties backpacker version of the trip a few years ago, and there still will be some beaches and parties on this trip as well. We're not doing a book reading tour of Thailand, but it'll just be experiencing it from a different angle. We'd have a local guide with us. We'd learn a lot more and experience a lot of different things than we did the first time around. It should be a really kind of fun one to sort of kickstart our adventures again, and the only major block as to whether we can do it or not is whether Thailand will open for tourists or not in time. We spoke to Intrepid about the tour, they love the idea, so we're in the works of putting it together. It's just a big question of if we can do it. But as soon as we know, I'll let you guys know, and then we can put it on sale and start, have something to look forward to at the start of the new year. But the bigger question for myself is whether I'll get to go anywhere between now and January, because it really just comes down to money. Because, like I've been saying, all my income comes from freelancing as a video editor, but all the supplies has dried up. There's been no work during lockdown. So until my income picks up, I can't afford to go on a trip, because I'd love to do like a good UK trip and really show off the country that I live in, but it's just whether I can afford to do that. Things are changing so fast, like the information is changing all the time. So it's just waiting to see what happens, whether my work picks up, whether we can travel, what's going to happen, no one knows. In the meantime, there'll be all the aforementioned videos coming out, plus If you guys got any ideas for smaller videos you'd like to see, then please let me know. I mean, someone mentioned about doing a scratch map video. Like, I do have a scratch map, I've just never opened it, but I could turn that into like a history of my travel kind of video. I don't know, but if you've got any ideas, yeah, give us a shout. But either way, there's still gonna be plenty of content coming your way whilst we're waiting to be able to travel again.
It's 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. What else would you do in Dublin?
And the final thing to tell you about is the main thing I've been working on during lockdown, which is creating this masterclass on how to create a travel video. And this is going to be going on sale through Traverse Events. So I'll put a link in the description of where you can sign up for updates and when you can find out when it's coming out. But for now, rather than me explaining the course, I'll just show you this quick trailer for it. Video is everywhere these days. Anyone who's just got a phone nowadays can hit record and start making a video. Whether you're a complete beginner or you've dabbled around a bit and you just want to up your game, this masterclass is for you, because if you take the time to teach yourself the skills, then you can quickly rise above the rest. My name's Karl Watson. I have a YouTube channel of travel documentaries, and I've been working as a video editor for over 12 years now. If you look here, the audio of Hamid talking starts before it cuts to him, and it just smooths over the edit by having the audio overlap with the previous clip. The whole point of correct shot composition is you're directing the audience's eye to sort of which part of the image to look at. You're sort of saying, don't look over there, ignore that, look at me, or look at this object. So for talking to camera, the problem is, if everything's awesome, then nothing's awesome. Try and convey your whole spectrum of emotions, because that's what life's like. What I'm going to teach you is a far, far better way to organize and break down your footage, and then all the stuff you don't need is gone. It's not deleted, it's just hidden. But all your keyboard shortcuts for bringing the clips down onto the timeline are all in the same place. If you get some of the pacing and rhythm wrong, then it doesn't matter if in the last 5 minutes you've created the greatest film ever. If people get bored after a couple of minutes, they're never going to see it. By getting the sound consistent throughout your video, it makes it a lot easier to then mix your music track around it. Those kind of shots are so satisfying to do the color grading for, because you just immediately see the difference it makes. And you get this tingling inside you. It's like, wow, this is how it actually made me feel when I was there. But what's more important than that is you want your audience to feel how you felt when you were there. And that comes down to good storytelling. So if you sign up to that link in the description, you're not committing to buying the course, it's just you're going to sign up for updates and you'll be given like this free Final Cut Pro shortcut cheat sheet that's got all like the best editing shortcuts that can really speed up your editing. You'll get some previews of the material from the course, and then they'll let you know when it's on sale, which should be in the next few weeks. So yeah, sign up for that if you want to hear more about the masterclass going on sale soon. Alright, just to finish off the video, fair play if you made it to the end. It has been a bit of a massive information dump, but this just arrived in the post, so figured I'd do my first unboxing video, which I've never done before. I guess this is what normal YouTubers do all the time, like, hey guys, I just got this new electric toothbrush which I'm dying to tell you about. Try and open this up without damaging the award. Come on. No, Susan, CEO of YouTube's got a nice little letter. There we go. There it is. Pretty sweet, eh? Present it to Karl Watson Travel Documentaries for passing 100,000 subscribers. Cheers, guys.
Right then, just woken up this morning after seeing Karl's Instagram post saying he's got 100,000 followers. I'm absolutely shocked. Go and check my post box, there's nothing there. Moment of truth. Everyone knows HK2NY. Karl, yeah, filmed it, edited it, produced it, but, you know, that's nothing. I was in it.
We've been chilling on the deck chairs all day, and I want James to say what he just said to me.
I might go have a lie down. Can't believe it. Where's my award, YouTube? I'm absolutely shocked. I'll be writing you a complaint. All I want to know is, where's James' award?